And yeah, maybe it's work. Yeah, it's working to start with. So I should not talk about the performance of this application Anchor. So maybe it's boring. Talking about and checking out the performance of this application and uttering or explaining the performance is not so interesting. So maybe this type of this preliminary or this preliminary greeting saying not saying greeting explanation or this kind of not this kind of anyway this exact introduction or this very introduction is not so interesting, which is how the listeners of my podcast feel, which is of course which is my speculation, but actually so I think I should quit. Not quick. I'm not quick in mind anyway, but actually so my thought circuit is not so quick, and I should quit quit this manner of introduction anyway. So hello everybody, I have stumbled. So anyway, but actually so I began to speak out this introduction because for lubricating or for warming this performance or this ability handling foreign language, because this is my foreign language, or this is a kind of a dominant foreign language among foreign languages I have studied. And my mother tongue is Japanese, and which is an Asian language or East Asian language, and this is which means English is a foreign language anyway. So but actually so speaking English is really good for speaking English before actually beginning the main track of each episode of my podcast is good for letting my speaking performance. I don't know whether I don't know how you feel about my speaking performance. Anyway, hello everybody, I'm Richard Wong of Work to Live podcast version, so I have fully digressed. So which is why so I should start the main track of this episode anyway. Maybe this manner of introduction is not so interesting for you. And this time the title is United Kingdom is veering from Europe, and the conclusion is English-speaking countries are stopping being European offshoots. So I recently came to know that America's countries or North American countries and maybe Latin American countries are European offshoots, but actually so they have to be there. So they are often called European offshoots. So which is because so those countries in American continent or America's countries those America's countries had been created by white people who immigrated from European countries. For example, in the case of Latin American countries, for example, where it's fine. So Mexico is created by some Spanish people, and so I know conquerors or conquistadors. I don't know how to say that word in English language. Maybe there are such words meaning the people who conquered foreign territories. Anyway, wait a moment, please. Conqueror is English word. English word is conqueror. But there's this is so conquistador is a Spanish word, isn't it? Conquistador, I think is a Spanish word for conqueror in English language. Anyway, so and those conquerors who migrated from European who emigrated from European countries in hundreds of years before and immigrated into American continent, and they fought those conquerors and their troops fought against the indigenous people who lived in America's countries at that time before the colonization of before the conquests that executed by early European early European settlers who came from European countries anyway. So which is why those countries or those countries or those American countries or those American countries are called European offshoots anyway. So anyway, this episode is this episode is not so important for the rest of the people than the people living in United Kingdom. Anyway, so this is my understanding, because so there's a prime minister, not president. There's a prime minister who was an Indian descent, or who was an Indian descendant who had been chosen as the prime minister of Great Britain or United Kingdom. Anyway, so there are two manners of calling United Kingdom, and one is Great Britain and the other is United Kingdom. And the difference is that whether the Northern Ireland is included or incorporated into which one or not. I'm sorry for my rough explanation, but actually the difference is stuff like that, which is what I read in some online information anyway. So maybe they are, or British people are, or how should I say, so the mainstream. So I don't know whether you can understand with this explanation, but actually, so what I'd like you to know this time is that, so there's to start with, there's a mainstream idea, or there are mainstream ideas, or there's a main track, or there's a general opinion, or there are general opinions, or there are general perspectives, not controlled, or conceived by British people as a whole, or British people in general, or general British people, or there is such an idea, or there are such ideas, or such an inclination in ideas of the general public in Great Britain. Which such a thing is what I'm talking about, and the general perspective of British people are changing, which is what I'm saying, and the direction is going away from the central, or the mainstream of European countries, or as there's, so please understand that there are two categories, or there are two categories, or two not bundles. Anyway, there are two conceptual ideas, or conceptual perspective governing, for example, governing or controlling British people in general, or and in the case of continental European countries, so there is a mainstream idea which is prevalent, or which is life among the people living in continental European countries. Such a thing, or such categories are what I'm talking about, and so that's categorical, not categorical anyway. So the general idea, the general thinking of British people is varying from that owned by, or that conceived by continental European peoples. So which such a thing is what I'm saying. I'm sorry for my clumsy explanation of in English language. So please don't mind that I frequently apologize. So in the case of my mother tongue, so some people use phrases of apologies and phrases of thanks interchangeably, or intelligibly, maybe so some people use those two categories of words as the same meaning. Such a thing occurs in the case of my mother tongue. And anyway, but actually, so apart from such a cultural difference between Western countries and my mother tongue or my country. So anyway, so the central topic of this episode is Great Britain or United Kingdom. Anyway, so I'm a Japanese person. So to start with, so which is why, so whatever United Kingdom is going to become of. So that is none of my business. So I have no relation. I have nothing to do with the businesses or business occurring in United Kingdom, because our countries are too different, and the culture and in every aspect. So there are long distances between Great Britain or United Kingdom and my country anyway. So, but actually, so United Kingdom is getting diversified, or the general understanding or the general thought is growing diverse. Or it's really the culture of United Kingdom is growing, or it's becoming tolerant, or so incorporating or diversifying. Such a thing is what I'd like you to understand. So which is why the not premonition or trigger. I think the facts that Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, the fact that the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had been chosen as the Prime Minister is a trigger. Is a trigger deviating the general perspective of British people from that of continental Europeans to from that of continental Europeans and into another, or into a newer direction, into a newer direction. Such a concept or such an idea is what I'd like you to know in this time. So I'm sorry for my complicated explanation. So maybe I think it's a little bit difficult for you. Anyway, so roughly saying, so British people began to grow tolerant toward the different people having different cultural and social backgrounds. Such a thing is what I'd like you to understand. So moreover, the significance of the fact of the speculation that British people began to veer or began to stray away from the ideas of continental Europeans is that, so the significance of the change of the general British people is that, so Great Britain is or United Kingdom had been a country, Great Britain has been a country of white people, but actually, so that if that country began to accept other people coming from colored people coming from other countries, so that country is going to grow diversified, and that country, I think that country is getting closer to the United States of America, or the like, which can be more diversified, or which may be more diversified in the future. So such a thing may happen in the future, and I think that is a decided fate, or that is a definite. That is a kind of a definite fate, or that is a destiny. Or United Kingdom can be. It's possible to say that United Kingdom is destined to grow diversified, or grow diverse, because so the official language or the mother tongue British people use is English. So I think that is a fate of countries using English as their languages. So which is why, so English speaking countries, I think English speaking countries are getting diversified or are getting diverse. Such a thing is what maybe people in English-speaking nations are going to become tolerant toward cultural differences or toward social differences. I think such a change may happen, and the trigger is the fact that that Indian president. No, not president, but that Indian Prime Minister was chosen as the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. So, which is such a thing is, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So, coming back to the title and the conclusion of this episode, the title is, wait a moment, please, yeah. The title is United Kingdom is veering from Europe, and the conclusion is English-speaking countries are stopping being European offshoots. So, which is why, maybe not maybe nowadays, many Asian people or many East Asian people have immigrated into many English-speaking countries, and the main candidates of the immigrations for East Asian people are United States and Australia and Canada, and those countries or European offshoots have been main choices for the immigrations for the minds of for the perspectives of East Asian people particularly, but actually even among East Asian people, United Kingdom can become a primary choice, or can become one of the first choices. Such a may come with such a thing, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you. By the way, I talked about that Indian Prime Minister chosen in United Kingdom, but actually that fact is favoring United Kingdom, and that fact that that Indian Prime Minister was chosen is beneficial for United Kingdom. That is because his wife is a daughter of an aristocrat in India. So which is why so thinking about the diplomatic balance of military powers, for example. So India has a equivalent size of population to that of mainland China. So thinking about which, so in the case of, for example, please assume that so there's the Third World War is imminent, and in such a case, so India would have a sway, which may decide which side is going to beat which side. So thinking about which, so the fact is that the wife of the incumbent Prime Minister of United Kingdom is a daughter of an aristocrat in India. So which is why Indian government has to keep a good relation. India has to keep a good relationship with United Kingdom, which is because the first lady of United Kingdom is, well, the wife of United Kingdom is a daughter of an aristocrat in India. So which is why so the fact favors the future of United Kingdom, including the decision factor, deciding which side is going to win in the third World War, for example. Such as I don't like the Third World War. I don't like the Third World War to occur, but actually, so when it comes to the situation in which the Third World War is going to start. So India is going to get or India is going to obtain a huge influence, deciding what India is going to get a huge cloud, deciding which side to win. So thinking about which the fact that the Prime Minister has a daughter the Prime Minister has a daughter of an aristocrat as the wife is really beneficial for the future of United Kingdom. So which is this is also another stuff I'd like. This is also another thing I'd like you to know.